Here we go, earnings preview, Qualcomm. Qualcomm just had one hell of a breakout right up to that top. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because we had some of the seniors popping this thing all day long. And they ran that thing up in anticipation. The stock is up $1.94 on the day. The thing, and you can see where the low was, 54.50. It closed the previous day at 53.42, so there was almost a little over $1 gap of this total movement today. So you've had a range right now. It's coming up and it's going to challenge that high going into the earnings, right into the close right there. Look at that breakout. But once again, using the market maker platform and walking that dog up and then selling into it. But you don't need to hold it now. You cashing it in. There'll be a trade in after hours. We're looking where Qualcomm isn't affected by Japan that well. We're looking where Qualcomm, the technology, we're looking for a lot of different things in the report. We're looking for profit margin expansions. We're looking for what is the cost of doing business. We're looking for the EPS. And we're looking for lots of other things. One of the things that we're looking for is what are those total shipments? Are people ramping up and buying the Qualcomm technology? And we want to see that there's been a large increase in the number. There's some good upside to Qualcomm. They spent the last couple, I would say the last 5 years, working through a lot of issues. Back in the old dot bomb days, boy, we made so much money. And Qualcomm was the Qualcomm. So we're looking for Qualcomm performance. We're looking for an upside to Qualcomm that we are ready to move in and trade. We're also looking at that if they gap it down in after hours, because it's the earnings, and we could care less. If they gap it down, bam, that's all price action. After hours volatility is how SMF takes advantage of the market versus, yeah, you can make these moves during the day, but then you're flat and selling into it. Then in after hours, if they drop it $4 real quick or $2.50, you're there to buy it. Then they walk it up and or they spike it and we sell short. There are lots of trades. $63 million of going into Qualcomm. Right here is Qualcomm. Okay. One thing about Qualcomm, it could outperform the peer group. And we're going to be taking a look at Qualcomm does not have a lot of exposure in Japan. That I do know for a fact. $63 million commitment. 14.7 million shares. The problem is we are going to have limit orders out below the market on a knee-jerk reaction below this whole gain right here. So it's up $1.94. Our bids are going to probably be out there at around 53.70 is where we're going to put our bids in after hours for a drop down. So they drop it down, then they hit it. You get hit, then it goes back up $1.92. Then you're making some Bitcoin. So the trade management MMTs is the upside selling short right below the $60 handle for a quick drop down, a entry in price action volatility and after hours on knee jerk and headline events where people walk away from bids and do all kinds of little gimmicks. 53.75. Welcome to Qualcomm.